So, as many of you guys know, a while back, the Telegram CEO, Pavel Durov, got literally arrested in France. This happened a few weeks ago, facing preliminary charges over his refusal to moderate and grant backdoor access to his app, Telegram. Now, as of today, after his $5 million euro bill release, we now have backdoor access to Telegram. Well, tough shame. We're
I gotta get out of here!
Now, his stance against any of this sort of moderation, at least what was of it, is heavily rooted to causes of privacy and free speech, which has sparked some debate. Critics are saying that his refusal to moderate enables illegal activity, while supporters argue that his unwavering dedication to privacy is crucial in an era of increasing surveillance. Now, I just got back from a 2-month-long vacation a few weeks ago, so I was gone for a good bit. And if there was just one thing I was just absolutely thrilled about coming back to, was coming back into the tail end of the best season of the year, election season. A time when we get to watch our most intellectual citizens flaunt their pride like sports fans. We get to show the world why we're #1 in innovation and 13 in education. It's our ritual of picking between the frying pan and the fire, and gearing up to see who's going to burn us more for another 4 years. But if there's one thing that I will get patriotic about, it is the good old classic saying, the land of the free. Flying back to America, I made a connecting flight to London at the Heathrow airport and was very surprised at all the signage that I saw there. There was one particular sign giving a notice that any violent speech or threats will be taken seriously, and that one took me back a bit.
Now, of course, this is the case for practically every airport that you go to.
But this sign in particular wasn't really saying or gravitating towards violent threats in particular. It was stating any sort of speech, any sort of negative speech will not be tolerated. And it was mainly towards the workers and whatnot, but still. Now, I'm not familiar with the laws in the UK, so I'm not sure if this is something they seriously enforce. Pretty sure this is more catered towards airport guidelines rather than like any actual law. But it interested me. You know, like that was genuinely the first time I have ever seen a sign that literally stated that no Karen activity will be tolerated. You know, that was the first time I've ever seen that. You know, I thought to myself, wow, I've never seen such a sign like that in America. In fact, we're kind of the Karen capital of the world.
Complete chaos.
I mean, we fucking pioneered this shit. It was kind of place-putting for me. You know, I felt like that privilege was taken. I thought to myself, damn, they ain't playing in London. Shit. Now, I know a lot of you guys might be saying to yourselves, well, why are you complaining? You know, we should probably have some more signs like that here. Maybe more people would behave. But, you know, we gotta ask ourselves, guys, where do we draw that line? What slippery slope do we want to set?
The annoying Karen in public, nagging an underpaid worker? Yeah, sure. Send her to jail. Take her to jail. Make an example out of her. I don't care. But when is it not okay to moderate?
Now, personally, I've never seen anything being discussed onto these Telegram chat rooms. But as far as what I use Telegram currently for, isn't for anything else mainly besides, well, honestly, news. I primarily turn to Telegram for news. It stands out as one of the few platforms where you can get genuine, unfiltered information about what's going on around in the world. Something that you routinely do not get on other platforms. This is especially true for certain subjects, you know, such as war and other things, where mainstream media coverage can often be heavily biased or manipulated. For me, this makes it an essential tool for staying informed about the world for what it truly is. Now, I can make jokes about how anyone in support of this ban or anyone in support of the arrest or this or that, but that wouldn't be right. Some people do genuinely see this as necessary and aren't seeing as how not supporting these apps is essentially waving your rights away. In the barest sense, it's making private conversation illegal. Now, I wouldn't make this such a soapbox if it wasn't for the fact that there have already been cases of people getting arrested for expressional posts, which is why I brought up my airport experience in London. Now, I know London is not anywhere near as bad as other parts of the world. I know that. Trust me, I wish I would have stayed in London a little bit longer. But I bring up the Heathrow experience because it was very interesting for me to see such rules being emphasized in other parts of the world where I don't live. And then when I come back to America and then I see what happened to the Telegram CEO getting arrested for these arbitrary charges, and then now all of a sudden we have backdoor access to Telegram now.
You don't find that suspicious?
This sort of impunity and freedom from the grasp of the authority is exactly why the EU and other parts of the world are trying so hard to outright ban encrypting messages altogether.
In a time where our political landscape feels more divided than ever, moments like the arrest of the Telegram CEO serve as stark reminders of the fragility of free expression. It's crucial to recognize the values of free speech in a democratic society. And yes, while I can make jokes about the recent election and the way our country is, the one silver lining in all of that is our ability to voice our opinions and challenge the status quo. As we navigate these turbulent times, let's remember that protecting our rights to speak freely is essential not just for our own views, but for the diverse perspectives that shape our nation. It's this very freedom that empowers us to engage in meaningful discourse, advocate for change, and ultimately strive for a better future. Would we want a world where the free will of the Karen and the underpaid worker to do as they wish with the expectation of control to be just enough? Or would we want a policeman to patrol every time we go to the coffee shop or something?
Do I have to follow you all day?
Let's cherish this while we can, before we see ourselves in something worse in the future. I'm not trying to scare you guys. All I'm saying is that we got 5 whole seasons of Black Mirror for a reason. Alright, anyways guys, that's enough for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is XJSVG. You guys already know what to do. Peace out.
You don't find that suspicious?